Hey guys, it's Kavya here. Welcome back to my channel, Kavya Edits. Today, as you can tell by the title, I'm back with another reading vlog. In today's reading vlog, I'll be starting the Sinners of Saints series by reading book 0.5. It's not technically book 1, but 0.5. It's a novella, but it's part of the Sinners of Saints series, and it's called Defy. And I'll be starting this today, and I wanted to take along the journey of me reading Sinners of Saints. All the books, but this video is dedicated especially to Defy. There's gonna be a short video because this book is like less than 200. It's like 145 something, so I'm gonna finish this pretty quickly. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Honestly, the only thing I know nothing about this series. I know there's a book called Vicious. I know the names of the book, and I know Vicious is a character. That's all I know. I don't know anything about this book, but I know this book because I read the back. It's a teacher student. I'm not a fan of teacher student. I've never read teacher student. I've never read teacher student, but I have watched Pretty Little Liars. I don't like Ezra and Arya. I do not do well with teacher and student. So this is already kind of in my zone because I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but maybe it's not like PLL. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's worse. This is what this reading vlog is for me to find out and see if I'm gonna like this or not. I really hope I do because I'm actually really excited to start this in the second series. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the reading part. Guys, I haven't even started reading. I turned the page, first page, and it says soundtrack. This book has a freaking playlist. Oh my god, I love it. I love when books have playlists because I love associating songs to people because that's what I do. But, not gonna lie, out of all these artists, I know Arctic Monkeys, but I've never listened to anything by them. The only person I've listened to is in the list is Halsey, and it's Colors, and I love that song. I actually really enjoy that song. So you know what? Good on you, author, for making this happen. But the rest I don't know. So I'm actually going to listen to it during or maybe after I'm reading this book. Yeah, I just needed to let you guys know that this book has already got a plus point because it has a soundtrack. Okay, so I just finished chapter 1, right? And first of all, I already have a few things I need to say. First of all, this is one POV only, so do I never get Jamie's POV? So the guy is Jamie, I finally know. I never knew the guy's name going into this, it's Jamie. So, but is this one POV? Which is kind of upsetting. I don't like reading one POV books. I like dual, but there's no dual POV, so that sucks. Second of all, I know why this book is called Defy now. So apparently there's a fight club. There's a rumor that there's a fight club called Defy that Jamie and his friends go to fight. So that's why it's called Defy. The fight club's called Defy. So this book's called Defy. So lovely. I love when you find out why the book's called what it's called. Also, I'm so confused. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know how. In my mind, I don't know anything about this series, okay? But I know there's Vicious, and I know there's Dean and Trent and Bane, right? I never knew anything about Jamie. I never knew there's a guy called Jamie. Apparently, he's part of the Hot Holes. Is that what the group is called? I don't know, but there's a group of 4 guys, right? And Jamie's part of it. For some reason, I thought Jamie and Melody was like a prequel novel. Like, they were like one of the parents of the 4 other guys who have a full novel. So, like, now I'm confused. Why does Jamie not have a full novel? Why is this a prequel, like a 0.5? Like, what's going on? I'm so confused. Really confusing. I'm really confused. If anyone can explain why is this book necessary, or, like, what's the deal with Jamie, and why is this, like, a novella and not a novel, please do tell. And, like, who's the 5th book about? Because there's 4 friends. Or am I missing something? I was pretty sure there was 4 friends. I don't know. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep reading because I'm only like 10 pages in, so I don't want to make assumptions just yet. Okay, so I'm like halfway done for chapter 2, but I just need to talk about something. So we met the other Hot Holes. So I was right, they're called Hot Holes. It's a weird name for a group, but there's 4 Hot Holes: Jamie, Vicious, Dean, and Trent. Right? Yeah. Okay. And also in this, we meet Amelia, who, because I just got my Vicious copy today. So I know that Vicious and Amelia end up together, but it's definitely enemies to lovers because Vicious does not like Amelia, or at least he pretends to not like her. I don't know what's happening there. I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued by them already. But let's talk about Jamie and Melody. I think, this is my prediction, I think Jamie and Vicious made a plan to get, so that Jamie could get detention and have one-on-one with Melody. I think Vicious is in this, and I think that this was so, basically, when they're in class, right? All of a sudden, Vicious and Jamie just start fighting, and I'm like, why are they fighting? And then Jamie holds Vicious against the wall, and from what I've been hearing, Vicious is a good fighter, so I'm like, why is Vicious not fighting back? But then Melody ends up giving Jamie detention for a whole week, and then Jamie lets go Vicious, and Vicious starts laughing, and I'm like, what's happening? Because I think this was Jamie and Vicious's plan to get Melody alone with Jamie, because now they're both gonna be alone for a week in detention. I wonder what's gonna happen. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm intrigued, you guys. I'm intrigued. I just finished chapter 2 of Defy. I'm hot. And they've not done anything, okay? So basically, Jamie and Melody ended up making out. Okay, they ended up making out in the detention. And now Jamie was like, they're gonna continue this at Melody's home because apparently he's also a stalker. Which in real life is obviously a no-no, but in books. Also, I would like to point out, Melody pointed this out, that Jamie just turned 18 like 3 days ago, and that's when he started like pursuing her. So I'm like, Jamie was waiting to be an adult so he could pursue her. So this is a long time coming. This wasn't a, oh my god, you crashed into my car, now I want to have sex with you tab. This was a long time coming. He had his eyes on her for a long time, and because he even knows where she lives. He literally goes, get in your car and drive home. I'll join you soon. Also, can you just talk about how possessive he is already? He goes, we're going to be exclusive. If I catch you spreading those tone legs for anyone else, he's going to regret he was born with a dick. Jamie Followill, is that, I don't know how you say his last name, but I don't give a shit. Jamie James the Third, you're doing stuff to me, and I'd really appreciate it if you stop. I was not prepared for this. I was prepared to hate this book because I don't appreciate teacher student. But here I'm like, Jamie. I feel like in chapter 3 is gonna be a really steamy chapter, and I cannot wait. I'm ready. So, remember when I said chapter 3 was going to be steamy? Turns out it is not. Because as Melody was leaving All Saints High, which is a high school, where the sinners of saints go to, she got stopped by Jamie's mother, who, if I did not say this, is the principal of All Saints High. Turns out Jamie told her that he crashed into Melody's car, and that's why his Range Rover got really badly bumped. But the reality was that Melody bumped her car into his, but he kept the part of her deal, but Melody did not, because after, by the way, his mother gave her 10k to keep her mouth shut. How much I would love to have that kind of money to keep people's mouths shut. Like, not even people's mouths shut, I just want the money. I would love to have that money. Anyways, now Melody, instead of going home where she knows Jamie's waiting for her, she has to go to the bar. Now I'm like, and now I'm like, is Jamie gonna appreciate this? Because I want angry, possessive, alpha male. I'm a sucker for those, okay? I want him to get angry, and I want chapter 4 to be hot and heavy. Thank you very much. Because this is a novella. Realistically, we need to get to things fast and quickly. Let's get to it. It's like 26 pages in, and all they've done is make out. Like, this is not what I came for. You guys, I feel hot. I just finished chapter 4, and I was right. Jamie was waiting, but bless him, no, you know what? She came from the bar at midnight, and he was there, waiting for her outside her apartment. They did Devil's Tango, can I just say, the mouth on this man, he's like, oh my god, like some things, like, can we say, first of all, he brags about, he goes, spent summer camp last year eating pussy at Park City, Utah's most exclusive teen retreat, campus counselors, even a fucking park ranger, 26 of them. This man is very confident in himself, but I don't know if this is my personal preference. If a guy bragged about this to me, I would leave him, but Melody did not leave him. But you know what? Fair enough. Each to its own. I am not here to judge. And then, after a few more, Melody goes, missionary, huh? What kind of camp was it? Book of Mormon Youth? Mormon? We have established I cannot talk. Anyways, and he goes, baby, I'm just breaking you in for the future. Once I'm done, you'll be begging for missionary. You are? I'm not okay. This reader is dead. Like, in every fucking book I ever read. And then after they're like gathering themselves, he goes, Mal, because she's like calling Mal and Merlin because she feels weird when he keeps calling her Miss Green. He goes, you're it. You're so fucking it. Smart, sassy, and witty, and unimpressed with all the wealth and bullshit drama around you. You have no idea how hot you are, which makes you even hotter. This is fucking happening, baby. We're happening. And then she goes, just until school ends. And then he goes, this ends the last day of school, okay? But then, this is the paragraph that follows. We had a deadline. We had a plan. And for a moment there, I believed we were going to keep our careless promise. There was a little earthquake, a literal one, that moved some of the boxes as we made this agreement. I thought it was a coincidence. It wasn't. It was the devil in hell down below, rattling the earth with his laughter, laughing at me, at how wrong I was. Foreshadowing! Is this that they're gonna fall in love? That, like, something that happened? I love them already, and I just want them to be happy together. Okay, so, oh my god, is that, oh my god, does it mean that, like, the promise of, like, this ends? Oh my god, what if they don't end? See, it just clocked. Anyways, up to chapter 5 now. Not gonna lie, I am having a hard time reading this. I don't know what it is. I'm just stopping a lot. I might be in a kind of a reading slump, but I'm just, like, not in the mood right now. But I feel like I'm kind of forcing myself to read, so I feel like I might take a break. I might either go dance, or I might go to bed, and I'm gonna read this tomorrow. We'll see. If you see me wearing these clothes in the next clip, it means I danced and I came back and I decided to read. If I'm not wearing these clothes, it means I fell asleep and it's the next day, and I'm not going to tell you, but just make your assumption. Okay, so chapter 5 was another Devil's Tango dedicated chapter. Yeah, but there's some Jamie quotes that I need to share. I think most people would enjoy because I know I did, and I'm going to hell. Anyways, here you go. This week was an introduction. Today, baby, I'm marking you as mine. I cannot. You guys, I cannot. And then he goes, let's see your ballerina's balance as I fuck every other guy you've ever had out of you. Also, I would like to point out, once again, Jamie knew that Melody was a retired ballerina because she injured herself. But once again, Melody never told him. Like, she never told him. So, Mr. James Followill, whose real name is James, by the way, if you're wondering, is a stalker. And Melody likes it. And I like it. No, but I like it in books. Listen, in real life, please don't stalk me because I will call the cops. But in books, do it all you want. As long as it's fictional, I do not mind. Anyways, and then Melody goes to him, Jamie, fuck me like you mean it? And then he goes, Jamie goes, then act like you fucking want it. Don't stand me up. Don't give me shit when I'm 10 minutes late. And don't try and act like you don't want this. Also, can we just say, Jamie just told the whole school to not mess with her. Which I'm like, isn't this a bit suspicious, Jamie? You're kind of making it obvious. But then Melody made a point that people think he's trying to be nice to her, so she would keep her mouth shut about Jamie wrecking her car, because you know everyone else's eyes, like Jamie painted that he wrecked Melody's car, not the other way around. So that's why everyone around them thinks that that's why Jamie's being nice, but they don't know the real reason. But I feel like the hot holes, the rest of the gang, I don't know, but Vicious knows. It's just a opinion that Vicious knows. Okay. I just finished chapter 6 and I don't know what it was about this chapter. I found it so hard to read. So my sister, do you want to come? So there was this point in the chapter that there was a confrontation between Melody and Vicious, because Melody saw Vicious, because Melody was with her parents and she saw Vicious like torturing a bunch of guys, and then Melody went up to confront him. I could not read that. I don't know why. I'm just not a fan of confrontational, especially I know when like Melody was gonna lose. There's no way she was gonna win over Vicious, right? So
she was this close to punching Vicious. Sorry.
Who? Melody, by the way. She's talking about Melody. She's not talking about me, because I would never punch Vicious. But then this one had to read 3 pages for me because I could physically not read it myself, because I just did not have it in me to read it. But also, can we just appreciate that Jamie coming to Melody's rescue once again?
He literally told Vicious, apologize or you're out of the hot holes. And why did you just say, who named their friend group Hot Holes?
Yeah, we don't like hot holes here. We do not like the name hot holes in this household. What the fuck is a hot hole? Like, hot assholes, but hot assholes.
I know what it means. I think I know what it means, but I'm not gonna tell.
I did not mean to say that, please. Yeah. Okay, goodbye, let's move on. Okay, so I just finished chapter 7. And this chapter, first of all, let's talk about Jamie sending text to Melody while they were in class and Melody was trying to teach. Text that were very naughty. Also, this chapter had so much Vicious and Amelia like hints. Okay, let's talk about some quotes. So first of all, Amelia is standing in the class and she's saying her poem that she wrote, right? Then so Melody looks on and she observes Dean and Vicious. So she goes, Dean Cole had his elbows on his desk, leaning forward, drinking her words like they were oxygen. And Vicious, he looked like she was his. Okay, so I do know that Vicious and Amelia are a thing, but I was wondering which best friend did Amelia date, because in the blurb of Vicious, it says that she's his best friend's ex-girlfriend. But I was like, it can't be Jamie, because Jamie is with Melody, so that leaves Dean and Trent. I have a feeling it's Dean, because Dean was like looking at her like she was his oxygen. Dean, hello. Oh. Also, after Melody ends up giving Vicious detention, blah blah blah, and then she comes back to class, but it's only Jamie, and then they get a bit heated, and then she goes, Vicious would come back. But then Jamie goes, Vicious would keep his mouth shut even if he walked in me fucking Mr. Patterson while the PTA president licks my asshole. I can do anything with anyone as long as it's not Millie. We're goddamned knee blood brothers. Vicious, do you want to say something? Because you've been giving Millie shit in this book, right? And in class, and you don't. But here, Jamie's words, it seems like you have a thing for her. But I know Vicious is a bully romance. I'm like, if you have a thing for her, why bully her? Why not just... Guys are so freaking complicated. Just say it. Just say you have feelings for her.
Why don't girls say it?
What?
Why don't girls say it?
Shut up. At the end, Vicious does end up walking on Jamie and Melody, but he says nothing. He doesn't even react. And then he just goes, thanks a fucking ton for detention, Miss G. Hope you know what you're doing. And then Melody realizes that's a threat. And then Jamie goes, Vicious. And then Melody goes, that's a warning to Vicious. And then Vicious goes, she's lucky you have a soft soft spot for her. Otherwise, I'd have reduced her to ashes at Liberty Park. I love this trio. I don't know why, I just love it. Even though sometimes I cannot read the parts because I'm like, I know Vicious is going to say something shitty and I don't want to hear it. So let's move on to chapter 8. Okay, so I finished chapter 8. Okay, I finished chapter 8 and that chapter was dedicated to Jamie telling Melody about Defy, which is a fight club that is hosted at Vicious's house in the tennis court where guys fight each other because they want to be manly and they want to show, because it's like it's boring in this town. They have nothing better to do than start a fight club called Defy, which is nice little. But here's my prediction, okay? So in Vicious, the blurb that I read, it said that Amelia did something, or she knew Vicious's darkest secret. That's why Vicious like kind of pushed her out of town for 10 years. Is this the secret? Like, is Defy the fight club the secret? Because Jamie mentions that Vicious's father or stepmother don't know about the fight club. So I'm like, is this the secret that we're talking about? Is that why Vicious and Amelia never happened? Or is it because Amelia started dating Dean? Which one is it? I just finished chapter 9. My favorite chapter. It's okay. Disclaimer, I do not condone stalking in real life. However, in books, it's a whole different story. So, let me tell you what happens in this. So, Melody moves out of her apartment and Jamie helps her move out, right? And after they've set everything up, they decide to play Truth or Dare because they can't do the Devil's Tango because Melody is in the time of a month. Which is fine, whatever, okay? So they decide to get drunk and they play Truth or Dare drunk. And while they do that, a lot of shit comes. This is my favorite chapter! Are you ready? It is early, but then I get, because this is a novella, right? So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, I'm ready. Because I was, not gonna lie, I was prepared to not, no, you know, I'm gonna say this at the end because I don't want to spoil what happened. Well, I am, but I'm gonna spoil it in order, okay? First of all, so Jamie asks Melody, truth or dare? She goes, dare, right? And then he goes, I dare you to look me in the eye and tell me you don't have feelings for me. I was not prepared for this. I was not prepared for the feelings crap to come out already, okay? Oh my goodness gracious me. And then Melody goes, truth, because she doesn't want to answer that. And she goes, what? I'm allowed to change my mind. He goes, you're not. Tell me what you feel. And she goes, why? And then he goes, because I feel it too. James. If you don't know, his real name is James, but we like to call him Jamie here. Fuck me, James. More! You guys, you thought that was it? There's more, okay? Are you ready? The first time I saw you, I wanted to slap my name on your ass, let everyone know that I was going to be the only guy to tap that shit. You look like a princess, Mal, an insanely hot princess with a perfect posture and curly, unruly curls. Talks about how his mother hated Melody and she always talks shit about blah, blah, blah. And then goes, you're a good teacher. That's why I never gave you shit. It wasn't your fault we were a bunch of privileged assholes. And he goes, I told Mom to shut her trap numerous times. Not because I wanted to defend you, but because gossiping about you was feeding a monster inside me. Talking about you only made it harder for me to ignore you. So fucking hot. When I heard you had to drop out of Juilliard, I wanted to die for you. That line fucking killed me. Jamie the third, whatever. You have my heart. Just take it. I don't want it back. Just take it. I love you. Please. Oh my god. And then Melody asks, you were thinking about me for the whole year? It's more than thinking. And after a fight with his mom and stuff about Coach Roland, who was giving shit to Trent about his ankle, he goes, I followed you to your apartment, tried to steal a private peek through your bedroom window. I don't know why I did that. It was like drinking fucking emergency. I just wanted to take the edge off. You were the perfect sin to commit. Melody, begging to be taken, untouched by the rest of Todos Santos. I don't know how to say the fucking town name. Anyways, posting an entitlement. I got hooked. From that day on, I followed you everywhere like an eager puppy. To the supermarket, the gas station, the fucking park, every morning before practice, where I watched you doing yoga position and try not to rub a quick one behind a tree. I followed you on blind dates, and when I realized you'd never meet the idiots before, I also found your dating account and opened a profile under a fake name just so I could stalk you better. Now, like I said, I do not condone stalking in real life. However, in this, I'm perfectly fine because it's fictional, you guys. I can enjoy this because it's freaking fictional. Let me enjoy this. And then, oh my god, he reveals to fucking Melody that he caught his mother cheating on his father with a fucking coach. That's why she kept defending him. Bitch. I hate her. I hate the coach. So then he goes, fucking someone who she hated sounded like a good therapy. So I started planning, and you and I began talking more on that dating site. You opened up to me, told me what you liked and disliked, your taste in music, favorite movies, dream vacations, layer after layer peeled. And when it was time to strike, I set up a date. I was a loser guy who still lived with his mother at 26. Okay, in the beginning of this chapter, before she rammed her car into, what's his face? Jamie's, she was going to go on a date with the guy who lived with his mother. It was a blind date, right? She never met him, and it was like they were meeting up, but then he cancelled. So it was Jamie, and apparently that was all part of his plan. Jamie. And he goes, the text message you got when you backed out of your parking space, planned. The reason you bumped into me, I set you up, Mel. The text was a deliberate distraction, a trap. But you know what the worst part is? Somewhere between the quest of wanting to fuck you and secretly rebelling against my mom, I fell in love with you. Wait, you guys, there's more! There's fucking more! You guys, it wasn't a beautiful process. Hell, it wasn't even romantic, but it happened because you're strong but vulnerable. Witty as fuck, but not bitter or deliberately mean, because I had to chase your ass to nail you down, and you still keep me on my toes. But if we're going to keep going on all like this, we have to convince you to give me the time of the day while you look over your shoulder, constantly trying to shake me off. I need to bail out of this before I get hurt. So, are you mine, Melody? And then she goes, no one else is. And then they talk about him leaving for Texas and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And also, he goes to Melody that you should go back into dancing because your leg's fine now. Like, he really supports her dream. And blah, blah, he goes, and then after blah, they keep going back and forth. And Melody's like, go away, James. And he goes, can't. I'm not leaving you here or anywhere else. Hey, I never wanted to go to college in Texas anyway. You know how dangerous it is to look this good on a campus that big? I could get fucking roofied, Miss G. Oh my god. So he's like, also then Melody goes, then at least promise you'll keep Vicious away from Millie, with Amelia. And then he goes, he'll never stay away from her. For one, he wants to ruin her. And two, she lives too close. Her parents work for the Spencers. This chapter was my favorite. But first of all, we got I Love You. Because this was a novella, I don't know why I had convinced myself I was not getting I Love You out of these two stubborn asses. But I did. And it was amazing. Also, Vicious wants to ruin Amelia. Hello? Why? Give me the details. Give me. Also, bless Jamie. He goes, bullshit. I'm staying with the only people I care about are you, Vicious, Trent. Dean might even be staying if Vicious doesn't kill him. In Defy, not that. It's more complicated. I think Vicious wants to kill Dean because he slept with Amelia. Or not even he, like fucking, he had a thing with Amelia. Because I feel like Amelia and Dean are gonna date. I feel like Vicious is gonna kill him. Yes! That's it! I love me a love triangle. I love me jealous men. And I cannot wait to see jealous Vicious. Because I feel like that's gonna be like chef's kiss. Anyways, let's move on to the next chapter. Chapter 10. Meaning I have 5 chapters left. Because this book only has 15 chapters. Goodness gracious me, I am nearing the end and I don't know if I'm ready. I just want him to have a happy ending. Please have a happy ending. Please. They deserve the happy ending. Because bless Jamie, bless Melody, and just, they need a happy ending. Please. Yeah. So Jamie's mother knew this whole time what was happening between Jamie and Melody. I just read chapter 12 and 11. I'm nearly at the end of this book because I'm up to chapter 13. And so Melody pissed me off because Jamie is like to her, don't follow me, right? Vicious wants us to do something, don't follow me, I'll come. But Melody ended up following him where she saw the hot holes setting fire to Toby, who's the guy who's the current football captain, who's and he was the one because of whose Trent's ankle got fucked up, right? So the hot holes, the four holes, decided to set his ship or something on fire, blah blah. Melody saw it, but she ran away before anything could happen, right? But while running away, her necklace dropped, her anchor necklace, which Toby got, right? And he gave to the principal and blamed Melody for setting the fire. And then the Jamie's mother called her and it's like, blah blah. She goes, I know you're seeing my son, let him go, you slut. And I'm like, whoa, where's this coming from? He goes, let him go, blah blah, he deserves better, shit like that. And I'm like, what is happening? But then Melody refuses. I'm like, what's gonna happen now? And I'm like, and now chapter 13, the first word is the street, fuck. And it's Jamie saying, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I just want them to be happy. And the fact that I've got like 16 pages left, by the way, because this book is only 114. And I've got like, I'm up to page 98. So it's like, in 16 pages, I don't need this conflict. I don't need this. I just need Jamie and Melody to be fucking happy. They just said, I love you, you lot. Oh my god. So I wasn't expecting a I love you, but I was expecting a happy ending. What if I got my I love you, but I'm not gonna get my happy ending? You lot. I can't. I wanna go to sleep. I wanna have a nap. You lot, I hated this chapter with everything I have. So Jamie went to talk to his mother, right? Jamie found out, blah blah, he went to talk to his mother. And then they called Melody in, and then Jamie's mother informed Melody that they reached an agreement that Jamie would go to Texas and Melody's contract with All Saints High would not be renewed, right? But Melody got so hurt because her and Jamie were like talking and stuff, and they're like, Jamie doesn't want to go to Texas, he wants to stay with her. But now he's agreed to go to Texas, and Melody, without hearing anything from Jamie, talked shit to his mother and just left. Now Jamie tried to stop her, but then his mother stopped him, and then he didn't follow her. Now I want to fucking cry. So I'm like, oh my god, I've got like 12 pages left. Are they actually not gonna get the happy ending? Like, are they actually not? I feel like Melody misunderstood him. I feel like there's more to it. I feel like Jamie has a like shit going on in his brain, right? Like, there's no way Jamie's gonna let Melody go, because he went to Melody, after they confessed his feeling, he goes, run Miss Green as fast as you like. I'm gonna catch you and I'm gonna have fun showing you that there's no escape from this. So I'm like, that guy isn't just gonna leave you and go to fucking Texas. I feel like there's something going on. Melody didn't let him explain. I hate this not talking trope. If you want to be in a relationship with someone, let them fucking explain shit. I have 14 pages left, and I don't want to read anymore. So I am gonna go to bed now because it's fucking, what the time? Hello? 11 o'clock. Okay, and I've got uni tomorrow, and I'm tired and I'm mad, and I want to just... But this book is good. Like, in the beginning, I was skeptical, but I'm like, this book, chef's kiss. I'm loving it. I love Melody. Oh, Melody's okay, but Jamie? I don't know what I'm doing. Who am I praying to? I should not be praying to read this book. Jamie's God's gift. That's what I meant. Yeah. Okay, goodbye. Okay, I just finished chapter 15. So... okay, let me just say, first of all, this chapter was, so I'm done with the book, right? I have only the epilogue left, but this chapter, Jamie wasn't as hurt as he showed that about Melody calling him a fling, because he knew she would come back to him, right? We all been knew, because I was so scared this was going to have a sad ending. I was, oh, hello, focus. I was not ready for this book to have a sad ending. Thank the Lord it doesn't. So after begging Vicious, Melody finds out that Jamie is at Vicious's house. So they go, Vicious drops Melody off and she sees Jamie and then she asks him, so you're all packed for Texas? He goes, not yet. I need to buy another suitcase. And then she goes, I thought men traveled light. Then he goes, we do. But I'm sure you'll be taking all kinds of girly shit with you when you move in with me. You guys. And then he goes, Mal, truth or dare. And then Melody goes, truth. The truth is, I love you. Megan, no. And he goes, see, was that so hard? Still in one piece, aren't you, baby girl? I love you too, Mel. Fucking crazy about you, actually. And then he goes, now pack up. And she goes, excuse me, what, where, how, when? School's not even over yet. And then he goes, yeah, but you have a job interview at a ballet academy in Austin tomorrow. Don't want to be late, yeah? Bad first impression and all. He knew that her dream was always to be a ballet. Like, she did not want anything to do with teaching. She was like, teaching was never an option for her. She always wanted to be like, he's making sure that she fights for her dreams. And she is with him by her side. It's amazing. Okay, but there's one thing I don't like. See, this whole thing, right? The whole conflict, like, so before this, chapter 14 was three pages, right? And it was just like, oh my god, she doesn't know what Jamie is. Jamie's not kind of the hot hills are making her life hell. I'm like, that chapter was not needed because I just felt like the conflict was a bit unnecessary. Like, you could have just said, oh my god, Jamie, just move in. Like, Melody just listened to him. It was no need for them to be, like, separated for a day. Like, there's actually no need. But you know what? Now, I'm off to the epilogue. I'm gonna read the epilogue. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Done. I just finished the epilogue of Defy and I'm officially done with this. Alright. Before we move on to my final thoughts and my final rating and shit like that, let's talk about the epilogue, because in the epilogue, we finally get Jamie's POV. But it was short, but it was there, okay? I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me Jamie. I would have appreciated if this was dual if we had Jamie's POV throughout the book, but we did not. But that's okay. But we got it in the epilogue and I was here for it. Also, 8 years after they graduated from high school, they ended up getting married and then they had a daughter. It's a girl. My heart. Also, screw Jamie's parents. They end up cutting him off. But then Jamie's like, he doesn't need anyone. He just needs his girls. And because they cut him off after they found out that he was moving in with Melody. But Jamie and Melody did not give a shit because they were so in love. And then Jamie also, so if you remember, Melody lost her anchor. So 2 years after graduation, Jamie gifted her an anchor necklace. And then, oh my god, and they had a daughter named Daria. Oh my god, and this happily ever after. Yes, I'm so happy. This book might have just changed my perspective of student-teacher relationships. Anyways, I'm gonna figure out what to give this book. It's not a 5-star. It's between 3.5 and 4. I'll explain why in my final thoughts, which will be right after this clip. Yeah, actually, so let's just get right to it while I figure out what to give this. And I'll see you in my final thoughts / review of this book. Okay, I'm back for my review / final thoughts of Defy by LJ Shen, the first book of the Sin of the Saints series. So I did end up giving this book 3 out of 5 stars. Saying that does not mean I did not like this book. I did enjoy it, but as compared to other books I read, it's an average. Like, it's an average book. There's nothing too special about it, but it's not bad. Like, I think the reason why I kind of struggled to read this was I just came off campus / Briar U, and I was kind of reading some after reading that series, and so then I picked this up and I had a hard time finishing it, but I think that's because of me. It has nothing to do with the book. Yeah, Defy is definitely taboo, but what I loved about it that it wasn't like just steam. It wasn't just about steam. Like, some novellas, well, I've read one other novella before this and it was just all steam and there was no story, and I was like, this is annoying. I know it's a novella, I know you're just gonna get to the steam part, but like, I like when there's story, and I really appreciated when there was story. But I also think the end conflict was not necessary. Like the whole Jamie, Melody, and Follow Hill at the principal's office, it was not necessary. Like we could have avoided that. So there was that. Also, I felt the connection between these two, because I was scared that since this is a novella, we're not gonna have time to like get to know the characters, which we kind of didn't, because I found it really difficult to know what type of person Jamie is because I wasn't in his head. But I think by the end, I got the gist of him, which I was very happy about. But yeah, and I also felt the connection between those two. I was scared I wasn't gonna feel it, but I did feel it. Like Jamie and Melody, they had a connection, right? So, and it was there, and I loved seeing it and feeling it. So yeah, this is which way Defy gets 3 out of 5 stars from me. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed my reading vlog of Defy. Enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to press the subscribe button and hit the post notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a video. Also, comment down below what you thought about Defy. Did you like it? What do you think about Jamie and Melody? What was your opinion on this not being dual POV? Because I'm not gonna lie, I think it's one of the reasons I gave it 3. I like myself a dual POV. I like getting in the guy's head more than the girl's. I think, is this a me thing or is that everyone's? I like being in the guy's head more than being in a girl's head. I don't know. I like seeing how guys think because I don't know how they think in real life. So there's also that. Anyways, this is it for this week. I will see you guys next week with whatever I see you with. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.